Hello, hello! Today we're going to be reviewing a gift that I just received about a month ago. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas palette. This is from Hot Topic, and per the bag, it's 11 shadows and 1 highlighter. You can see here on the back, you can see that it comes from Hot Topic, and it was $16.90. It was $17, I guess. The person who gifted it to me forgot to take the price tag off, but you can see here on the back the shades that are supposed to be in this palette. It is a tin product. This came to me, it was gifted to me just in this tin, so I don't know if there's a box for it. But this is just like Disney brand. This isn't from any specific brand. It's literally just like, it says Disney brand. And it's the Nightmare Before Christmas, 11 shadow, 1 highlighter. It's sold at Hot Topic, and that's pretty much all you're gonna find from this. There's nothing else of this, and I honestly, when I received this, I always find it so interesting what palettes or makeup people think I would be interested in. I do like Nightmare Before Christmas, but I'm not like a super fan, as, you know, a lot of, there's definitely a lot of millennials, I think, that are super into the Nightmare Before Christmas, and they have the pajamas and the cups and the blankets and all that stuff. I'm not that person, but I do really like this movie. This is a really cute movie. So if we open it up, ta-da! It's reflective up here. The shades are on the little piece of paper right there. But this is the palette that we have here. I'm gonna be honest, once I saw that this was a Disney palette, I did not have a lot of hope for this palette. I don't think that the Disney brand would be very good at creating shades. It has these cute little, let's see, of the ones that are left, we've got some bats, and then we have Sally and Jack on some of these. You can see here, there's Sally and Jack, and each one has either Sally or Jack, or has some cute little bats. Some of them have been rubbed off, like over here, they're gone over here, but you can still see the bats in Sally and Jack over here. They all have them. So I was a bit surprised after using this palette. It worked a lot better than I thought it was going to be honest, but ultimately I am going to have to give this away just because I don't see myself ever pulling this palette out. I don't think I would ever reach for it. We have some neutral shades down here. We have blue shades up here and then some purples. This shade over here is supposed to be the highlighter. So this is the highlighter, and the rest of these are all supposed to be eyeshadows. I did try the highlighter on my eye. It still works. It works fine. You can use the highlighter on your eye. You can also use it on your face. I think it worked both ways. But I just don't see myself, if I needed blues, I would probably reach for my Blue Blood by Jeffree Star before I reached for this. If I needed neutrals, I would probably reach for something else before I reached for this. The Star Yak Ranch palette from Jeffree Star has blues and it has neutrals. So if I wanted that combo, I wouldn't need to reach for this. More cons. This entire top row, I just tried to use it today. It was so freaking light. It was way too light for my skin tone. It was doing nothing. It was giving us a yes, give us nothing moment. It was really bad. The blues I used yesterday, oh girl, they were so good. They were so pigmented. I was so surprised. I was expecting patchiness, I was expecting powder, a lot of fallout, and none of those things happened. So I was pleasantly surprised. The blue row in this palette is a good row. The worst row out of the 3 is this purple row minus the highlighter. I think the highlighter worked quite well, but this blue row was actually quite good. And the kind of mid row would be this neutral row down here. We kind of have this like sheer purple moment going down here. That wasn't too bad, but overall these 3 shades, these more neutral ones, are probably, you know, your best bet with this. Let's do some quick little swatches of these. Let's go into this purple, because it was so underwhelming. Oh god. And then we'll try this over here, and then we'll do the highlighter just so you can see it, because it's the only highlighter in there. And those are the shades that you can barely see. I don't see any point of trying to build up that purple. She's invisible, girl. It's invisible. That one's not too bad, but it's too icy for my skin tone, and again, it barely shows up. This is the highlighter. You can definitely see the highlighter shows up way more. It's icy, but it shows up. And I was able to build that on my eye, and this highlighter worked a lot better than this light purple. Next, I'm gonna try and do this blue over here. I'm gonna try and be gentle because I don't wanna erase Jack. But this blue was very good. And then I'll do some of the black over here, just so you can see. Look at that. That is intense. I'll do this kind of shimmery shadow over here, which, by the way, one of the other imprints is actually a flower. That flower that's on the outside. And then this one is super sheer. So we got 4 shades right there. It's a little bit more patchier on my hand, but on the eye it did work quite well, but it is intense. It's kind of reminding me of like Makeup Revolution. You gotta work with them a little bit, but they are a lot more intense than I thought they were going to be. Ooh, that shimmery one's quite nice. Look at that one. And then we have this purple one at the end, which is quite sheer. But here are just some shades of it, just so you can see the colors, the formula. Let's move this out of the way just so there's no glare. Yeah, but these were, that first row is so bad. This middle row and the browns are kind of more where it shines. So overall, would I recommend this palette? I feel like this palette is specifically for someone, because you have these shades up here that don't really work, that are way too sheer, but then you have this row over here where the blue is incredibly intense. So that's kind of like, okay, well, do you want to be sheer or do you want to be intense? So I kind of think there's a reason why this is at Hot Topic. This is probably a good starter palette for, you know, someone in high school or maybe college. Of course, someone who loves and absolutely lives for Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, it has very beautiful packaging, like all the flowers over here, and I love that it's a tin, because you can also, girl, it's plastic. It's plastic, girl. You can keep the tin and have this somewhere else, because it literally, like, it's plastic, y'all. It comes out. So, do with that as you will. I personally would probably only gift this to someone who loves The Nightmare Before Christmas, and someone who I think would be able to use blue shades, because I think the blue shades in here are incredibly intense. But let me know what you think of this. Would you use this? How would you feel if this was gifted to you? It's a cute moment, but it's a pass for me.